Hello, and welcome again to another episode of Cool Discussions. That's Barry, I'm Chris, and again, headlines for April.
Headlines!
Woo.
It's another disgusting picture of a politician.
That's two in a row.
Two in a row, two.
Yeah.
We film on Saturdays, that's 2 Saturdays in a row now that we've
And
seen.
just so you guys are aware, when we talk about headlines, we don't talk about uber serious things simply because if
Go on for hours about them.
yeah,
You know?
and headlines is just supposed to be a quick little jaunt down an interesting lane.
Yes.
So
I got one.
Okay, cool.
First, it's been making a couple headlines is UFC 200 is coming up for the Ultimate Fighting Championship. And Conor McGregor was supposed to fight, Nate Diaz, I think, in the main event. One of the main events for the title. They're a rematch or some shit. But apparently that fight has been called off. Because, it's first started with a tweet of Conor McGregor saying, I'm retiring.
Oh.
And then Dana White came and said, we're calling off the fight. I've pulled Conor McGregor because he's refused to promote the fight. And then Conor McGregor's like, I don't get paid to promote, I get paid to fight. And it's like, blah, 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 blah. To me, it's just, hey, I want to get, we're not doing so great. UFC 200 isn't getting as much publicity as we need. So expect the fight to be back on. That's just my opinion.
See, I've always found that Dana White is as detrimental to UFC as Gary Beckman is to the NHL. So he's always like micromanaging everything, I find, and so
I'm not the biggest UFC fan, and that's why I think
I've
it's
watched
kind of
a couple fights.
I think it's kind of that. That's why I think it is what that. It's just a stunt because it's getting people who don't normally tune in or watch or pay attention to go, what's going on over here?
It's lost its luster. Like a few years ago, it was a big thing because it used to be different and new.
It's kind of it hit its peak, and now it's just in its valley. It's like in its just here. That's the UFC.
Yeah, because again, in all competitive sports, I find is you hit a point where the technology, everybody does everything the same because it's the only way to win. NASCAR, for example, they all run the same types of engines. They all have the same types of bodies. They all pretty much are carbon copies of everyone.
The parity in competitive sports becomes so small, and like it's like your top team to your bottom person is. They're all so close. It's like
yeah.
And then the sport gets interesting when there's something that makes you go, oh, this is so much better than. It's like what happened with golf. You got Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods in 1997 won the Masters by a huge amount, and golf skyrocketed because he was so much better than everybody else. And then everybody caught up to him, and now golf is kind of just in that. It went like this. And now it's just kind of plateaued and it's staying up here. There's some great golfers. There's some awesome. It's good competition to watch, but it's like UFC,
Yeah,
there has to be that next big.
Exactly, and everybody does exactly the same thing. They go in the same stance, same fighting moves. When they try to bring somebody in from overseas, it's an interesting little trick. But that guy doesn't normally do well because he goes back home because he wants to do what he wants instead of being a carbon copy fighter.
But that was in the news. Got me looking at it going, okay. I won't buy the pay-per-view, but
no. In China, they are in what the Chinese are calling a recession because they're not growing as much as they used to. So contractors are actually fighting for jobs. Now, normally when you fight for a job, you're just, I'll do it for this much, and I'll do it for this much. No, these guys took it to the next 3 levels. They actually hopped in their earth movers, giant bulldozers, and started playing this.
They started fighting with their machines.
Demolition derbies.
It's quite crazy.
There's a video online. Go check it out. It's really cool to see. Giant earth movers just going at it, and then you got these little baby ones coming along and trying to help out and stuff like that, and it's just insane. These are 50, 100 $150,000, $200,000 pieces of equipment. They're treating them like toys.
Like we would our dinky cars.
Yeah, that's exactly what I used to do.
You know?
Thump, and it's just like, wow.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah, no kidding.
You know? What else we got in headlines? The NHL playoffs are continuing. A couple teams have moved on. The Tampa Bay Lightning have beat the Detroit Red Wings. I didn't pick that.
No, I didn't pick that one either.
And the San Jose Sharks have beat the LA Kings.
I picked that one.
I picked one of my brackets. I picked that one because I've got a couple on the go.
But for us, I think you picked LA.
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I picked LA in ours. But those are continued. The only thing that I don't like is every series I've tuned into has been American commentators, and I don't like the American commentators. So hey Rogers, could you bring back the Canadian sports, please? I know there's no Canadian teams, but please.
Give them a job so they're
please help us, because it's horrible to listen to. You know.
Now, okay, you know what? A guy at work actually said that he was really impressed, and I think this is a kudos to immigrants that come over here. There is on CBC
there's a Punjab station.
Punjabi station that does
yeah, you can listen to it.
Hockey commentary. There we go. And he said he watched the show for a little while in Punjabi, and it actually sounded like because obviously he doesn't speak Punjabi, it sounded like they knew what they were doing. They sounded like they were excited about hockey, and it's like, that's what we want to see with immigrants. We want to see them being Canadian. And how could you get any more Canadian than that? What? It's true. How could you get any more Canadian than that than
I suppose
broadcasting hockey?
I suppose, yeah.
But okay. Anyways, in other news, okay. Here in Canada, whenever animals are born in a zoo, there's an online poll about what we should name the animals, right? In Scotland, they're naming a boat, a research vessel. And again, online voting poll, and I think with 60% of the votes, the name that won was Boaty McBoatieson. That was the winning.
Wow. That's weird.
It is, but okay. That is the power of the internet. Now, I'll give you another example. In Nunavut, when the territory split into two territories, they got to pick their name, and the number one name, the one that actually won the votes in Nunavut was Bob. They wanted to name their territory.
What is
Bob.
the name of the territory up there?
Nunavut. Northwest Territories,
Yukon.
Nunavut.
Okay, yeah.
And
yeah.
Nunavut, Northwest Territories split into
I was like,
two.
Nunavut split? I'm like, what? There's a new one?
No. Northwest Territories divided into two. Northwest Territories, which didn't do the split, and Nunavut. And Nunavut actually had a...
Because they ain't having none of it up there. But
yeah, that was bad.
That was very bad. I apologize for that. I'm sorry. Imagine you did that. Imagine you just named your baby online. You put a poll online and you just put 5 names. And you just put it on there and went, hey, what do you think we should name our baby? And there's and then you did it.
Let's look at some of the stars.
Blue. Isn't that Beyonce's baby's name? Blue Ivy or something?
How about Apple?
Yeah.
Or West?
What?
Or... Yeah, just some really weird ones out there.
Those are headlines, in some news. I can't believe it. It's this person's getting divorced. It's okay, cool. I guess if you like reading about that stuff.
Well, that's why there's supposed to be the entertainment section. Shouldn't be. When you watch the news on TV, they have the headlines, right? Which is kind of what we're doing right here, but we tend to be a little bit more fluffy. The headlines are supposed to be serious, but throwing in who got divorced is not a headline. But mind you, for that matter, some of the things every day for I think 2 weeks now, they've been talking about 3 trials, big trials here in Calgary, and I'm sure there are trials that go on in Edmonton and Vancouver. But, you read each article and it's almost copy-paste, and then you change the last 2 paragraphs to what they talked about today. So that's why... Well, last week was a slow week because I just found everything was the same, and this week...
Seems like that. There was a baseball player who got suspended for 80 games off the Toronto Blue Jays.
Oh, yeah.
That's
right
a headline.
about that.
If he was taking he got caught with some really long drug name in his urine. I don't know what it was. It was some sort of something.
Oh, okay.
But he got suspended for 80 games. So,
yeah, but don't they play like 365 games a year or something like that?
Almost. They play 162, but yeah, still. That's quite big, though.
No, that's true. I guess in Alberta there was a big drug bust up in Edmonton. 4 kilograms of a new drug called M18. I didn't realize just how much 4 kilograms was when it comes to pills, but I guess they were saying 4 kilograms is enough to make over 1 million pills. And you're thinking about $20 a pill.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Wow.
But I guess the big deal about this M18 is apparently it is 100 times more potent than fentanyl, and fentanyl itself is 100 times more potent than oxycodone. And such a small amount can kill you that it's not traceable by detection in drug scans, drug tests.
Interesting.
Yeah, so...
Very interesting. There's not much happening in the world right now. It's all the same crap. It's all the same bull crap. Election in the U.S.
It's still going on. It's still
Stuff in
people...
Canada.
They still haven't figured out who's going to be going up against who. That's why we haven't talked about it since we did...
Climate change, all that
Climate
stuff.
change is the same. Mike Duffy was found not guilty on all charges.
Who? Who's Mike Duffy?
And that's the polar end of everything, right? Right there. Who's Mike Duffy?
What do you do?
He was a senator who was accused of fraud, bribery, or numerous charges of fraud, and he was found not guilty. And then the judge took a couple stabs at the former Prime Minister of Canada.
Oh.
And it's just like, wow. And
let us know what you guys would like us to talk about in this section sometimes. You want us to talk some sports? Some comics? Television?
we have talked about television.
Stuff
Previous
like
episodes.
that.
We have talked about what we watch.
Send us an interesting headline every once in a while. Just send us a little blurb.
Show us, send us where and when, and we'll take a read and
We'll take
have a little chat.
We'll have a little chat about it, and we'll give us your opinion. We'll give us our opinion. I can't give you your opinion.
Yeah, you can listen to us and make your own opinion, which we highly recommend. It's just listening to us, listening to others, reading stuff, and then finding out things for yourself.
That's right.
Because you don't
Form
want to be
your
a
own
puppet.
opinion. No.
Cut
No,
those strings.
because it's very uncomfortable to have something up your ass.
Okay, I was thinking strings.
Especially a
but-
hand.
A hand puppet? Yeah, okay.
And on that note,
Thanks for listening. We will see you next time.
follow us on the Twitters and the Facebooks. Give us the up thumbs. The up thumbs? And the poopy faces and the hearts. Well, you can leave the hearts.
Yeah, no worries.
Save the hearts for your loved ones. You can give us the...
Or cute dogs and cats.
what else? YouTube.
Subscribe to us on YouTube. Watch us on YouTube.
Please do that.
It only takes like 20 minutes or a little longer.
That's right. What's 20 minutes? You can take a poop and watch
That's
it.
what she said.
That's like 3.5. Come on.
Yeah, I
Don't... Come on.
I know. Us
Come on.
fluffing the feathers. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Trying.
Plug us into your ears via iTunes. We're on that stuff.
Yes, we are.
And other than that, guys, thanks for giving us some of your time. Go check out past episodes on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, see what you have to say. Leave a comment.
That's right. Come on, keyboard warriors, where are you?
Yep.
Goodbye. happy night.